Your Majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for always returning. Trust you and yours are well and you're loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you, my team subscribers. You are loved, celebrated, and appreciated. So today, I want us to do some intensive going back into history and discovering some things for ourselves, especially some of us who in this age and time still believe that those who were bundled and dumped in that part of Palestine today called Israel are the real Israelites. Because whenever I talk about this, some of you become emotional and be like, if they are not the real Israelites, then where are the Israelites that the Bible talk about? Where are the Israelites that the holy books talk about? Yes, some of you feel that way. Because I still get a lot of people who still want to tie themselves down under the consciousness of this Bible, Quran, and other things. So I want us to do some going back. All right, some going back. So that you understand that some of these places you see, they tell you holy ground, you go pay some amount. You saw that our queen that was seriously crying, they took her to a place and said, this is Bethlehem, where Yeshua was born. She was all emotional. This was, like I told you, this is how they tap into you and steal you from you, and you wouldn't know. They've made a lot of money from black people. They've made a lot of money from Africans. When you go to the wrong place, while the right place is hidden somewhere, they don't want to tell you the truth. If you are still believing in that story that Yeshua was born in a manger in Bethlehem, I don't know what to say to you. I believe you heard that there are other versions of the narration of the birth of Yeshua. Yeshua was born in a cave. He wasn't born in a manger where there are animals and goats. So that narrative you've been living with all your life, you grew with, and you're at the stage in your life and you feel like that is the absolute truth, you should realize now that you are still alive in this physical plane. That story of Yeshua born in a manger in Bethlehem is just a narrative that somebody imputes there. Yeshua was born in a cave. Except if it's your Jesus. Maybe your Jesus was born in Bethlehem. I don't know. But Yeshua was born in a cave. Do more digging into the past before you come out and argue something you obviously don't know. Yeah. So, listen to this short clip of about 40 seconds. Then I take you back to history.
And that the Bani Israel line, majority dark-skinned. Sayyidina Solomon alayhi salam, dark-skinned. Queen Bilqis of Sheba, dark-skinned. Ethiopian, Eritrea, these entire regions. Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam, very dark-skinned, not even Middle Eastern dark. So this was the lineage of Bani Israel. So anyone claiming that they're from Bani Israel, that must be their lineage. So we don't see that lineage. So that's questionable to what tribe they belong.
Alright, so at least now we are beginning to push ourselves to the right path now by understanding this in the first place. So all those people you idolize who are presently in that region are imposters. Permit me to use that word. I'm sorry if it hurts you, but they are not the people. They are not. Now, I always tell you that prior to Ottoman capturing that angle of Palestine and lording it, there were people who lived there. There were people who owned that land. Okay? And those are the people that should be rightly termed the Israelites. And what color of skin do these people have? They are dark-skinned people. There is no two words about it. All right? The time of lies have gone. This time now is a time where truth is unveiled. And we should pass this truth along and spread this truth. The people who lived in that region and were termed to be the children of Jacob, the children of Jacob, they were dark-skinned. Because at that time where this story existed, it was the melanated, those who migrated from the continent. They migrated from the continent and settled in that part. It's not my words. You will see it now. Situated between three continents, Palestine has a tumultuous history as a crossroads for religion, culture, commerce, and politics. The region was among the earliest to see human habitation, agricultural communities, and civilization. In the Bronze Age, the Canaanites established city-states influenced by surrounding civilization, among them Egypt, which ruled the area in the Late Bronze Age. During the Iron Age, two related Israelite kingdoms, the Israel and Judah, controlled much of Palestine during the Iron Age. While the Philistines occupied its southern coast, the Assyrians conquered the region in the 8th century BCE. Then the Babylonians. Are you understanding me? The Assyrians conquered the region. The Babylonians conquered the region in 601 BCE. The Persians, okay? The Persians who conquered the Babylonian Empire in 539 BCE. Alexander the Great conquered the Persian Empire in the late 330 BCE, beginning the Hellenization or the Hellenization. In the late 2nd century BCE, the Hasmonean kingdom conquered most of the Palestine, but the kingdom became a vassal of Rome, which annexed it in 63 BCE. The Roman Judea was troubled by Jewish revolt in 66 CE. So Rome destroyed Jerusalem and the second Jewish temple in 70 CE. So the state of Palestine, or what happened to Palestine, or that region, is almost like what happened to the Egyptians or to Egypt that we know of today. The Egyptians we see today and know today are not the real Egyptians that existed and occupied that region. They are what they are today because of invasion. And so also Palestine. Palestine became what it is later in the years because of invasion. There were people who were there before all these sovereign nations invaded. And that is why Palestine never remained the same. So we will now see who were those who inhabited this land before this invasion started. Okay? That is what we'll be looking at right now. Who are those that settled in this land before the Assyrians started conquering the region? Because they were the first who started conquering the region. So prior to the Ottomans conquering Palestine around 636 and 641. The Assyrian had conquered, the Babylonians conquered, the Persians conquered before the Ottomans having access to that region as well. Now, during World War I, the British government issued a Balfour Declaration favoring the establishment of a homeland for the Jewish people in Palestine and captured it from the Ottomans. So the Jewish people took over from the Ottomans. They captured that angle from the Ottomans. So the Ottomans were the last who had a significant dominance over Palestine before the British took over. Little wonder that we have the Palestinians there today as descendants of Ottomans. So when I tell you that it doesn't belong to the Israelis as it doesn't belong to those Palestinians, it's not a hate comment. It's according to history, Your Majesties. So before Ottoman took over and we have a dominated Muslim area in that angle, there were other people who were there. The Assyrians took over from those people, the Babylonians came, and the Persians came. So you see, that's why I said their situation is like that of Egypt. Okay? So now I'm going to take you to where the originals who were there before Assyrians invasion, where do they really come from and what skin color do they have? Now, listen to this carefully. The earliest human remains in the region, that is in Palestine, were found in Ubaidiyah, 3 kilometers south of the Sea of Galilee, in the Jordan Rift Valley. Are you understanding this? Okay. The remains are dated to the Pleistocene. That's 1.5 million years ago. These are traces of the earliest migration of Homo erectus out of Africa. Are these my words? Should I go through it again? The earliest human remains in the region, that's Palestine, were found in Ubaidiyah, 3 kilometers south of the Sea of Galilee, in the Jordan Rift Valley. The remains are dated to the Pleistocene, 1.5 million years ago. These are traces of the earliest migration. Whenever I tell you there was a migration that took our ancestors out of Africa and out to the world, there was a migration. This is that migration. It happened 1.5 million years ago. Okay? These are traces of the earliest migration of Homo erectus out of Africa. This is the evidence. Those who originally inhabited Palestine before the Assyrian invasion were our ancestors who migrated from Africa 1.5 million years ago to that region. So if we are to say that those who were the Israelites are the dark melanated people or the melanated people, then we are right. Because they migrated from Africa and settled in that region. When we tell you that the world is ours, but they want to take it out from us, I want to make us feel like we amount to nothing. And why do you think that this notion is being propagated? Because we give them that opportunity or liberty to. We are the world, we are earth, we are one with earth. Because that is our origin, we are the originals to the earth. Our ancestors were the originals to the world. And those you call Israelite that you worship, Africans, those you say, oh, Israelite, what? Anyway, the story has been twisted. There are a lot of twists in the story, a lot of confusion. But the fact I want to present to you here are those original inhabitants of Palestine and Israel are melanated. They are Africans who migrated, our ancestors who migrated from the continent of Africa. So we are right to say that the Hebrew Israelites are the melanated people. And that is for a fact. We are not dragging anything with anybody. I just want to point this out to you so that you be aware of it. I think we've talked about this some times ago, but I want to bring this out to you so that you see that this earliest human that occupied Palestine are Africans who migrated from Africa. The evidence, I've shown it to you. You can do your research about it. Who were those who occupied Palestine before the Assyrian invasion of that region? There are Africans who migrated from Africa. And the case of Palestine today is the case of Egypt. That those who occupy Egypt today are not the pure blood Egyptians. And those who occupy Palestine today are not the pure blood Palestinians or the Israelites. However you want to call them, I don't know, but they are not the originals. And this whitewashing or this wiping out is gradually, it was done. The Arab invade, they gradually wipe out Egypt. And that's why Egypt is what it is today. Before the Arab invasion, there were others who invaded before the Arab invasion. Before the Ottoman invading Palestine, there were others who invaded before the Ottoman invading Palestine. And this is the truth of the matter. Felt like showing this to you today. What do you think? Leave your thoughts and opinion there at the section. I'm making this discussion based on history, so I'm not basing it on any religious book or anything. This is what history has to say, and I felt like I have to show this to you. My beloved Africans that run to people and worship them and say, "Oh, you don't even know who you are." If you know who you are and you know what you possess inside of you, you will not be running helter-skelter looking for a holy ground to go and pray. I have told you that Yeshua was not born in a cave, in a manger in Bethlehem. Yeshua was born in a cave. If you like, take it. If you like, don't take it. Those parts that most of you go to for pilgrimage, that you went to the site where Yeshua was born. Anyway, you call it Jesus, so it's your Jesus. But the Yeshua, according to history, wasn't born in a manger where animals are. He was born in a cave. And if you want me to do an intensive discussion about that, we will have some discussion about that. If you are open-minded enough for us to have that discussion. Okay, so this is it. If you as a black man, as a black woman, know what you have in you and the worth of yourself, you will not be disgracing yourself up and down. Why do you think there is effort put in for you not to know yourself if it's not important? Why are they trying everything possible? They spend a lot of money so that you don't discover who you are. Why do you think it is important to them? Because there is something they don't want you to know. Why? Because there's something about you they know. And that's why they don't want you to know yourself. When you don't know yourself, as a black man or as a black woman, I don't know anymore. I don't know. Leave your thoughts and opinion there at the section, and I'll see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive, always your majesties. Bye for now.